Now that we've done a cost plan manually, let's now look at doing one where we convert our project schedule into a cost plan, and we'll see how much easier it is to do it that way. And it's based on concrete information, our project schedule with resource assignments and ETCs. So now to do this, we go to the Actions drop-down in the upper right, click on that, and we see the link called New from Task Assignments. So that's going to take the resources and with their ETCs that are the task assignments, and based on that information create a cost plan. So we'll click on that link, and that then brings up this Create Cost Plan screen that we saw before. And this one will be, I'll give it a name, New from Task Assignment. And I'll just give it 4, same thing before, and just something new, task assignment 4, and it's set to be monthly. It's got the schedule from the project schedule already there, no benefit plan yet, we don't have that, and it has the grouping attributes that defaulted from the settings from the PMO, charge codes and transaction class. So this time I'm going to save, and then that then will just set that information in there. I know it's there properly, and now I'll just do a save and return, or just a return, and that then brings us back to the list page. And now we see the one that we just did, the cost plan, New from Task Assignments, and we see a value that's in here already. And let's take a look at that particular cost plan. And here, this one was built from the project schedule, and it is based on the tasks and the assignments and the charge code that was set. So the first field here sorts out the cost plan between capital and expense, and those are set at the project and at the phase and at the task level. So it's really reading task level information. If you look back at our transaction picture of all the components that comprise a transaction, and one of them is task information, and one part of task information is charge code. Is it a capital or expense? And if we're on Clarity version 13.2 or later, then instead of charge code, it's cost type, and it gives us the same kind of sorting information. And then we have transaction class. And so in this case, because we based our cost plan on the assignments that were in the schedule, it only brought forward that the transaction classes for the resources that had assignments. So there may be other transaction classes that have been set up by the PMO, but it only brought forward the ones that have assignments. And so that made this whole process simpler. And then of course the values, the ETCs times the rates that are in the cost rate matrix, then get calculated automatically by Clarity and are put in here. One last point on this method is that when you look at the results of the cost plan in terms of costs and distribution over time, and then you may look at it and determine, well, that's not quite the way it should be. So now the next step then would be to go back to your project schedule, change assignments, change ETCs on the assignments, update the schedule, could be in the logic or when materials will be delivered and paid for, and then make the changes there, and then come back to the cost plan and do the cost plan over and get a new one and see how close that is, as opposed to going in and just changing some of these values. You should try to keep them in step with the project schedule and the cost plan associated with it.